Morning everyone. Can everybody hear us?
Morning. Let's see if I can pull it up so I can get questions, if there is any.
Just wait for a few more people to come online.
Yeah, I can see now. There's a little bit of a delay. That's okay. Okay. Just check.
Yeah. All good. Right, so we've had recently we've had a lot of interaction with people with sort of the new trends in the porcelain industry, where actually a lot of the new surfaces that are going in, they've got sort of the new trends that's in the industry is a lot of texture, a little bit more of that industrial feel, but also there's a big emphasis on safety. So we've got a lot of materials now that the texture comes with the actual finish, but that also creates an anti-slip, you know, in a safe environment into the home or business. So with that, it creates a few challenges for the contractors, for the cleaning companies and the homeowners themselves. So the first challenge that we're seeing at the minute with the new porcelains and sort of the new tiles that are on the market is to do with the grout. Okay, so over the last few years, the grout technology has massively improved. So, you know, years and years ago, the grout was just sort of a batch of sand and cement. Didn't really have any steam protection, any protection against mould in showers, stuff like that. So what the grout companies have done, they've started to produce grouts that, you know, they're tougher, they're less likely to crack, they're more flexible, they can deal with the stains better, and they've got like anti-mould properties and stuff like that. So with that, the grouts have improved, which is great for homeowners, because one of the biggest flaws in floors was the grout. But now what's happening is, because these grouts, they dry quicker, they set quicker, you know, so rooms can be back in action quicker for the contractors, for the homeowners. What's actually happening is the grouts are drying onto the tile, and they're tougher and they dry quicker, and the old traditional methods of just washing down with water and a sponge aren't always getting rid of all the residue and the polymers and stuff that's in the grout. Okay, so the second challenge that's being faced in the industry is because of these new trends and the texture, this anti-slip element in the tile,
Which is like this. You know, it's a really heavy textured porcelain. This is classed as what we call an R13. So this is really, really textured. So obviously all your grout can tend to sit in those lower spots.
So even yesterday I had a call off a guy, new tiles gone into a commercial property, and basically they can't even run a mop over it without it shredding, because it's literally, they said it's like sandpaper. Okay, so great for safety element, great for the new trends of designs, because people like this sort of texture. A lot of the industry's going sort of matte, industrial, that's the way the trends are going, and these tiles fit that purpose, but when you can't run a mop over it, it's causing the cleaning company or the daily maintenance some issues. So that, combined with a grout that dries on quicker, harder, and is tougher to remove, you know, creates not necessarily an issue, it just creates a need to maybe look at how we change our regime of cleaning down after jobs, doing the initial builder's clean once all the trades are finished, and obviously the way the customer maintains it. So again, the other problem with the environment, the world that we live in today, it's all high paced, everybody wants everything turning around yesterday. So You know, gone are the days where a floor would get laid and it could be left for a week, then covered up, and then the electricians, plumbers, plasterers, people like that will come in and do their second fix. Literally now, as quick as these tiles are being laid, you know, the adhesives are saying that it can be a couple of hours for light traffic, and then the grouted a couple of hours, and then all of a sudden, boom, all the trades are in, and then we've got paint, we've got plaster, all these things, nature of gravity, land on the floor, and they build up on top. So they're the three main challenges that contractors, cleaning companies and homeowners are facing with, you know, these new porcelain tiles that are on the market. Okay, so here's some sort of pictures of some of the issues with the grout haze. So again, this is a simple one, textured porcelain tile, and basically this we brought out to this client and it'd been laid, and the contractor just said, look, obviously after a few mops that dusty residue will go, which, you know, in fairness, over the years that did used to happen, but now it's new grout, new tile, and it's just stuck in all those little micro pores, and it just mopping it just won't get it out. Okay.
What's happening in these situations is the grout is actually sitting within the tile. So it's sitting within the texture of the tile. So as Martin said, the way that the new trends are, and obviously the anti-slip side of things, these R13s, R11s, they're heavily textured. So the grout is sitting slightly low, which is why we're seeing more of an impact on grout haze problems and how we deal with that. So that's what you've got actually here. So just a very simple way is, this is the texture of the tile, and then this is the grout that's actually in there. So when tilers are traditionally washing down, they'll use a wash boy, and then they might be able to get just that top surface of it. But sometimes it can just sit slightly lower, so we're starting to see those issues from the tilers, so that's why we're trying to help them with that. So that's where you see these issues, and these are the pictures from it.
Okay, another problem that comes with, if you're just repeatedly washing down with water, washing down with a mop, you know, in the days after the grout's been laid, it becomes this problem where you start to get the patchy grout. Okay, so that's due to flooding the grout lines and sort of over washing it. Okay, so what happens is, obviously a lot of grouts, the way that they're made, they start light and then the pigments are added to it. So the more we wash it, the more we wash the pigments out. Okay, so especially with the darker grouts, we can have we can start to get like a two-tone. So a black grout will actually sort of start to turn light grey within the first week because of the washing down, and we're just taking the pigments away. So that's actually spoke to a tiler, so we'll come on to shortly our solution for this problem, but a tiler, he said that one of the products that he's using from us is really effective on black grout, because he said it eliminates the amount of washing down that you need to do. So he's handing over the customer with a nice, you know, deep black grout line, what they wanted. Okay, so again here's another picture. So, you know, this can be done by hand or we can do it with our machine, but again this is a big commercial property. Okay, so it's not, you know, it's not cowboys that are going in redundant and just gone, oh, it's not that. It's big commercial, you know, high quality fit out companies, and again it's just to do with a combination of the better quality grout, the change in the structure of the tile and the working environment that's causing them to end up with a floor at the end of the job that just has that dusty residue polymer film on it. Okay, so there's just a few examples of some of the new designs that, you know, they look fantastic, but when we're actually talking about getting grout in between all these contours, textures, you know, the grout's drying in, it's thicker in places and not in others. You know, we've got to then try and clean that. Just wiping over it with a cloth or a sponge, traditional methods, it's not going to get in there and remove, you know, these new high quality grouts that are available on the market. Okay. Okay, so again, just some examples of some tiles that we've looked at recently.
See, you can see them quite clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got, you know, again, you've got the other trades coming in, they're getting on with their job, but, you know, could be plasterers, could be painters, joiners, whatever it is, all that dust, all that residue, nature gravity, everything lands on the floor. And anyone that's been on the building site will know, you know, even with the best efforts, the best floor protection you put under, things get under it, you know. We've been on loads of sites where floor's been protected right up to the end, and then the client says, right, I want a visit to see what my property or my building looks like. So it's panic stations, everything up, and then next minute all the trades are back in, but the protection's not gone back down, you know. So these things happen, it's real life, you know.
Everybody, every trade that's in somewhere, it's important. You know, these guys, you know, these are the sprayers, so it's important that they do their job. They're on timescales. You know, you've got a plug here. It might be that the spark needs to get to it to put a second fix in or something. So they're walking on it. If they've come from outside and there's dirt, if there's a bit of plaster, a bit of residue from anywhere else that's around the property, that's going to get walked into it. And then that's when you get this kind of like this effect where it just looks a little bit of a dog's dinner. So we're trying to help with that by just saying, right, this is the process of what we're going to do to actually clean it and help you guys, whether you're a tiler, whether you're a restorer, you know, that's what the aim is for this.
Okay, so the first solution that we've come up with, which is a new product for us, and we're getting really great feedback on this, is the first wash grout remover. Okay, so this is a solution for fresh grout. Okay, so normally on the day of installation or within really a couple of days, we've had some good results on light grout haze and polymer film within a few weeks of install, but really this is for fresh grout as it's been laid. So this is for the tiler, the contractor, or the cleaning company that's doing the post installation clean within sort of 48 hours of the grout going in. Okay, so this product,
thus its name, I guess, first wash. That is its first wash. That's what we're kind of like trying to put out to the market to say, make this your first wash.
Okay, so this product is dead easy, just it's spray and go. So we work it on. It's a very mild acid, but the beauty of it is, the only way I can describe it is it's got a feel of, say, window cleaner. So when we spray it on, it cleans the grout off, but then it just evaporates away, like you see a glass cleaner does. And basically what will happen is it just leaves a clean, fresh tile with no dust, no haze, no polymer, you know, ready for handover to the customer. Okay.
We'll put some links in the descriptions as well to some videos that we've done where you can see this actually in action and it working.
So dead easy, it's just we spray it on and we literally wipe it off with fresh cloths. So perfect for floors and walls as well. Okay, so that product, like I say, it's very popular. It's quite a strong product. It's got a good bite to it, but it's also safe. It's not going to damage or tarnish any of like your trims, your stainless steel if you're in a bathroom, stuff like that. Okay. So the second solution, so this is for cured grout. So this could be, you know, 2 weeks after the floor's been laid, could be 2 months, 6 months. Okay. So this product is designed to remove the grout and also any builder's residue. So that could be like plaster dust, cement, anything that's on the building site that's getting walked in, grained into the floor. Okay. So this product, this is designed to be diluted, so we can mix it normally about say 1 to 4. If it is a contractor, a tiler that's doing it, you can put it into a bucket, work it on, scrub it, and then either wipe it off, vac it off. We can use it in conjunction with your standard floor machines, or we can use it with our TileMaster system, which would be, if you follow our charts, we would be looking at number 4, pad B, and then also the TileMaster machine, and that will achieve the desired results. Okay, so what we're also working on, and will be available soon on the website, is we'll have full method statements. So for textured porcelains, whether it's 10mm, 20mm, and we're going to have full method statements. So what we'll have for porcelain is obviously how to, if we're talking polished porcelain, it would be how to pre-seal before installation. We'll then talk about the cleaning during installation, the post-installation clean, and we'll also have method statements for ongoing maintenance. Epoxy, because obviously that's another type of grout that's been used and quite popular, and also we'll have a method statement for the ongoing and periodic maintenance, which is important for the homeowners.
We're just trying to break it down so that if it's fresh grout, you follow the process, you follow the method statement, and there's a system for you. If it's slightly older because you weren't able to get rid of all that grout haze straight away, then again there's going to be a method statement for you. So we're just trying to make it really easy and really simple for you. That it's just, there's the system, that's what I'm going to follow, and regardless of what equipment you're using.
Okay, so these are a couple of case studies, but it'd also be a good opportunity to explain how the TileMaster machine works, okay? Because we get a lot of calls where people, they might be using a rotary machine, a scrubber dryer, and what's happening is it's cleaning the surface of the tile, but all these low spots where the grout is, it's not actually lifting the grout out and removing it, okay? So if anyone's been on our YouTube channel, you'll see there's quite a number of videos with the machines, and you know, it's not a comparison video, it's just that we're saying that this machine for removing grout and builder's residue at this point of the project, it absolutely excels at it, okay? And the reason that works and a lot of people can't understand it is what we've got, like I say, this is what even a matte or a textured porcelain looks like under a microscope, okay? So what's happened is the tile's been laid, and whether it could be dirt that's built up periodically over the first 12 months, all that gets ingrained down here in all these little low spots, okay? So we've got just a standard floor machine.
If that works.
All it's doing is it's scrubbing up here, but it's not getting down here, okay? So standard rotary might be between 175 and 300 reps per minute, okay? So what the TileMaster machine is doing, that's oscillating at nearly 3,000 reps per minute. So what happens is, so even though the TileMaster is still working here, and our pad, it's not that our pad or anything is getting down there, but what's happening is, one, our solutions have been created to the viscosity, that's how you say it, is it's a very flowing product, so it always finds its lowest point. It's not like a glue gel or anything. So what happens is the product hits the tile and finds itself to the lowest point here. Okay, the machine is still working up here with the pad, but what happens is, because of that oscillation motion, it sends shock waves down here. So similar to the oscillating toothbrush, you know, clinically proven to clean deeper, better. This machine's the same. So it's sending the shock waves down and it's breaking the bond here, putting all the dirt, the grout, the polymers into a liquid state, which can then work the way up and then be removed from the tile. Okay? So that's why we find on these types of surfaces that the machine excels and brings it through. Okay? So again, with the rotary, it's working here and it's doing a great job on the flat parts, but you're not getting that same agitation. Okay? So if we think of a pie of chat, so we've got chemical, heat, agitation and time. Okay? That's your perfect cleaning pie. What we've got, Okay, we've got our chemical. Yeah, we don't need any heat. We've got massive amounts of agitation, which then compensates for the time. So what we do, our pie actually looks something like this. So this is all agitation. Yeah, got a little bit of heat, I've got a little bit of time, and a little bit of chemical. Okay, so the agitation is blowing the pie out of the water. Okay, whereas with a conventional machine or doing it by hand, what we've only got a little bit of agitation. So what we might need to do is make the chemical stronger or increase the amount of dwell time. Okay, so you will still clean it, it just needs more time. Okay, so that's how it works. So hopefully that's been a bit of an insight of just how we can, you know, break the bond between the dirt, the polymers in those low spots, and then bring it up to the surface. Okay, here we go, another couple of case studies where we can just see, and we can actually now see the true colour of the actual tiles. Okay, so we'll wrap it up there. We won't bore you for any longer about tiles.
I don't think we've got any questions. I've just been looking. If anyone's got any questions, just post them, and we'll answer them in the comments below and stuff like that. If you've got any problems with anything that we've talked about, ping them through. More than happy to help and get involved and try and put a system together for you with what machinery you've got, or whether you have got machinery or you haven't. As Martin mentioned before, you know, First Wash, great product. We're getting some really good feedback on it.
Got some samples as well, haven't we?
Yeah. So we got some samples. So if anybody wants any samples, then just ping your details over and we'll get the samples over to you. No problems at all. I can't see any questions coming through, but like I say, if there is any questions, fire them over and we'll answer them later on today. But yeah, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, so we're going to try and make this bit of a regular thing on a Friday. So if there's anything that you want to know about, we'll look at some sealing. We'll look at maybe doing do one on stripping, removing some surface coatings, and then we can also do some more focused ones on materials. So maybe sort of quarries or Victorian geometric tiles. Do a bit of a Q&A on that. But also check out the YouTube channel. There's loads of videos, loads of information on there. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
And I've wanted to say this for ages. If you're on the YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button and hit that bell. Hit that bell.
Thanks, guys.